Hi guys, how you doing? Today I'm making a video about why the narcissist is so good at fucking with your mind, and why the narcissist's true nature is cheating. And I'm not meaning cheating on this way, they cheat on you. No, they cheat in a fundamental way. They cheat life itself. Let's get into it straight, right? I realized when I thought about the patterns, how they behave and what they do, that life itself created us human beings and all the life in the world, right? And we have a reward system. The reward system is the dopamine system, the cannabinoid system, and it's a fine-tuned system in our brain and body that regulates our behavior. And we're meant to do the right things in life, in our environment. And when we do the right things and we succeed, we get rewarded for it. This is healthy. But the narcissistic way means they are focused on only the rewards and they pathologize them. Let me describe it. See, narcissism and narcissistic psychopathy, well, however you want to call it, is a trauma response. It's a traumatic condition of the person, right? And something happened in childhood, so there was a deep disturbance, a trauma. So they have been rejected. They did not get what they need. Okay, I will not go into more detail here. So then they decided, but this is all subconscious, it was early childhood. Now I'm entitled to do anything because I will get what it takes no matter what. This is the origin of this sickness. It's very dramatic when you think about it. You feel pity for these souls. They lost souls, but they will abuse you over and over again until you set very strong boundaries. If you go to a narcissist and you install a boundary that would work with a normal person, the narcissist will use it against you because they say, oh, this hurts you, nice to know, thank you, I'll use it against you. Of course, they will frame it in a very fake, empathetic way, and then you will wonder why it never works out, why you always repeat the same discussion, and so on. Okay, so they decide to cheat life on a fundamental level, which means try to exploit the reward system, which means getting the reward and more without investing themselves, without being invested and committing to life. Today's topic was also, why is the narcissist so good at fucking with your mind, your life? How was it possible and how is it possible? Because even when you stopped the contact, when you woke up, when you educated yourself, you will have a lot of work to do on yourself. And it is because they are, as I already said, using what is healthy on you and human and pathologize it. So they are docking onto something that everybody has and mixing in that pathological side. They are like wasps or hornets that go absolutely crazy wherever dopamine is to be found. So everything that gave you joy, that gave you rewards, that was making you happy, will be messed up, okay? Because the narcissist literally tries to control your dopamine system completely. Why? This way they can control you. So you have to, I will make it quick. The narcissist idealizes himself. So the narcissist is self-absorbed 100%, and he wants to be loved, and he will use you to be loved the way he wants to be loved. To say it very brutal, the narcissist uses your body to masturbate. And this is not only on the sexual level, in every part of their life. They use you, they coerce you to do what they expect you to do. And they use the dopamine system, your dopamine system, to make you do it. And if you divert of this fantasy the narcissist has, a shared fantasy, if you go astray, if you divert, if you say no, if you have your own boundaries and so on, they will use different tactics to force you, to coerce you, they train your behavior to do what they please, to support this shared fantasy, to be in control. And they have such a desperate need of control that they will go to any extent to maintain and even self-destructive behavior. And if it costs you to lose your life or them to lose you, doesn't matter. It's about having control over you and your resources and everything. They use your dopamine system by many different strategies, as I said. So they can idealize you, which means they give you smaller or bigger love potions, which means it's like when you make a picture of yourself and you enhance it with AI, making all kinds of filters, make you look better, make you look perfect. This is the way the narcissist will make you feel, by idealizing you. And what they want is that you reciprocate this feeling. So they make you feel good, so you make them feel very good. And on the other side, they can devalue you or punish you by taking away things that used to make you happy, to train you to fit their needs. So you need to understand they are thinking in very vertical hierarchies, and on top of the hierarchy is the narcissist. And it's a back and forth game they play with. When you divert too much, when you're not supporting this fantasy, they breadcrumb you back in. And it goes on and on and on. I'm not going into this in detail, but if you went through it, you know what I mean. And the thing is, again, why they can get the access to you so good is because they're using that what is healthy in a person and go from there and confuse you deeply, gaslight you. So spending time with a narcissist is a gaslighting in itself. It's not healthy. Anything, their whole lifestyle they do will somehow question and challenge your lifestyle. Their nature is highly competitive in an unhealthy way because they don't play it fair. They have to be the winner in the end. But they will be very good at masking this, and nobody also will believe you that you were part of this coercive control system. The narcissists show the ugly face only to the most important person in their life, the main supply, and not to the other so-called friends they have. Man, too many bots out here in the forest. I will make a small break again. Yeah, so this is the thing. I give you an example of where they use the healthy part and make it pathological, and that is when you fall in love with someone. And I don't even want to use the term fall anymore, because you should never ever fall in love again with someone, which does not mean you should stop loving but not falling anymore. And it means it is normal to idealize a person. It's healthy. Why? Because life itself wants you to find out a person who is almost ideal, who is rare, who is very special. And as a reward, when you find this person, you will, as a healthy person, have a time of idealization, this honeymoon phase, okay? And this is the reward for your effort to find this person. And now the narcissist never wants to leave this phase and also put it on levels that are just not normal, okay? So, as a normal person, at some point you will reach reality. You will face reality. And when you do so, and this will be the end of, when you... This means you leave the narcissist in their fantasy of honeymoon forever. I must be idealized forever. This is what the narcissist thinks. But if you divert, if you refuse to do it, and if you insist on being a healthy person with boundaries, with a sense of reality, it will make you the enemy for the narcissist, okay? And when you come out of this abuse, you spend years and years and years with this. This is a living gaslighting. When I think about narcissistic relationship, I only think about triangulation, because this is what they did with me in the end. So multiple times, just to, I don't know, I'm not going into detail now, but it's so unhealthy. And this makes you, when you come out of this, everything that was joyful for you now is connected to these manipulated regulations of the narcissist, of the pathological way, of the negative memories that you have. They spoiled everything for you. And see, it makes you even think about, well, when I meet someone that I might like or even love, you may want to skip the idealization phase and say, man, I'm not into this anymore. This was so bad. But this is also not true, because there is a healthy part of it. And to figure all of this out will take a lot of time. And see, I'm talking really to the poor man, the poor woman that does not have huge amounts of time and money. Because if you, let's say you're in the same situation, you woke up, you understand what narcissism is now, and you were in a toxic relationship. Now you want to recover. What you do when you have a lot of money and time, you just say, all right, now I need this time, work on myself, recover from it, taking a good therapist and a coach. I'll let the coach control what the therapist does, and I'll let the you reflect about, you could need both. A good recovery coach and a good recovery therapist, and have a communication with them so each one knows what the other does and stuff like that. But see, the narcissists, the coercive control system, what they do is they will try to steal as much as possible from you. And there are countries where you can legally pursue coercive control, by the way. So for me, when I checked out what is coercive control, how do I see it, it was a 10 out of 10. And there are already countries that accept this and pursue this legally. Okay? But when you are on this spot of being discarded and they take away as much as they can from you, you will perceive this as a strong attack on your personality and identity. They even want to replace you and take over your identity, so to say. This is how it feels. But I can calm you down. This is absolutely impossible. And when you do everything right, your personality, your character, and your identity will come out stronger and sharpen it in some way. Because when you get to know what this pathological side of narcissistic psychopathy, what it is, in the next step you find out what it is that makes you a genuine human being and why you attracted these people. And guess what? It's because you're absolutely outstanding person that is really worth being idealized. This is why you qualified as a supplier at of the first grade, and they cannot replace you. It's not possible. Yeah, but the problem is you will end up, if you have the same experience as me, they take your finances, they take your home, they take your children, they take your pet, they take everything. And then you feel, I cannot take the time off now to recover really, because I need to show this, that I'm still there, and you having a hard time, right? So I'm talking to you. What you need to do is recover your dopamine system, which means as fast as you can get away from all substances. If you smoked before, stop smoking. If you used anything to regulate your emotions, stop doing it. You need to get as clean as you could get. Stop engaging in, sexual things. You really, anything that used to be joyful for you or being connected to this reward system, you need to give it a hard reset. So yeah, I recommend you to go to celibacy for a year or so. This will sound very crazy for you now, and you can't do this all in one day. You have to replace the negative behaviors, so to say, the negative habits you had with positive ones. For me, sports and workouts and education came in very handy, so I can replace the bad habits with habits that bring me forward. But this is what you need to do. And then you actually have to, once you really got through this hard reset and went through years and years of living without all of this, you will have to relearn it. And really, you will have to relearn to do the best things in life, or you will do the things completely different from then on and not leave the same people in your life again. It will all be unknown actually, because all the past concepts you had, you will have to leave them behind. So you might have looked for a person that idealized you. You might also have liked the phase of idealization, hey, falling in love, being in the honeymoon phase is so nice. But now when you're looking for another partner, you will look for something else. Now that you put sex aside completely, out of your mind, away, it's not a topic. And if you put this to the side too, what are you even looking for? Ask you the question. And it's not so easy to answer, and everybody has to find your own answers. But this is why I say it will change your character and your ways, but also sharpen your personality. You never knew who you are, what makes you stand out. And this what you do now. Guess what? Guess what? Not a lot of people are able to do this. Okay? Yeah, this is okay. I said I talk to the poor man, to the poor woman, to the people who have been ripped, stolen. You know, the narcissist took everything of them. All right, but you will emerge like a phoenix out of the ashes. And I'm saying, I recommend, of course, therapy to anyone, education as much as possible about psychology. But I figured also, oh, this is just an idea of myself. You know, spirituality and psychology often actually describe the same topic, the same phenomenon. Like in terms of narcissism, the spiritual person will say, these people are possessed by a spirit or by a demon. And a psychologist will say, yeah, this is great so-and-so, narcissistic psychopathy, malignant, sadistic, and this and this and that, you know. It's the same thing they describe with different words and with a different approach. But to be honest, even psychologists can't deny the demonic nature of narcissism, and even spiritual people can't deny the benefits of understanding it from a psychological way with a childhood trauma. And what I want to say is, you need a lot of discernment when you feed yourself with all this information of psychology and spirituality, because there are so many traps and misinformation. You have to filter out what is really right and true. It helps you, but you can do a lot of things by just educating yourself, you know. And I mentioned the names Sam Vaknin, Richard Brennan, for psychological education, recovery education, and many, many more. And you can read Carl Jung, psychology, Sigmund Freud, all the basics, philosophy, everything will help you. Everything can replace bad habits you had. All right. But I also would recommend that after some point, after preparing yourself, definitely therapy is always good for anybody of us. It doesn't even have to do something with the narcissistic abuse you went through, okay? I mean, why you attracted them will also have to do something with your personality. And yes, they used your kindness against you, but where is the kindness coming from? Why was you not stubborn enough with your boundaries? Why did you have to go through this experience? And so on and so on and so on. So I'll just try to wrap it up now. Let's go back to the title. I told you it's about why the narcissist is so good with fucking around with your mind, is because they are docking onto your healthy regulation. So before you met the narcissist, you had healthy regulation levels of your dopamine. You did everything right, basically, but the narcissist gaslit you in multiple ways and made you doubt what is now normal, who's crazy here, what's happening, and regulated and colonized your mind and your body. Okay? A lot of people never recover from this. A lot of people break on this. It's a make or break situation, okay? And you will have to relearn everything, because you learn something from it, right? You learned that this is not what you want, this is leading nowhere, this is self-destructive behavior, it's infantile and immature, so you can use it to mature, to individuate, to level up, but not everybody makes it. Some people never recover from narcissistic abuse. Let me make this clear. And the other thing I said was that narcissists are cheating on a very fundamental level. And yeah, the reason for that again is that they always in some way present themselves as a victim. They went through multiple traumas, and they will make you believe that they are a broken child and now they are entitled to do whatnot and everything. And yeah, basically are entitled to cheat life itself. Okay, and you, including you and everyone else. So they are all about the dopamine control, which is a delusionary state of mind of them. They are not participating in reality. And really miss it all. You know, they're chasing it all the time. They need to consume it because they are not self-sufficient. So they consume your dopamine, so to say. They are energy vampires. All right? And the worst of them are even sadistic, which means they get a dopamine release when they see you suffer. Okay? We don't need that. We don't want that. We keep them at an arm's length. We hold them accountable. We educate ourselves reactively. And we also make a hard reset of our own dopamine release. And we will... You need to admit what happened to you. Admit it. Please admit if this happened to you. Admit. They fucked you up. They fucked with your mind. You need to admit what really happened. They coercively controlled you. And you have to relearn the things in an innocent way, like a child again. What does it even mean to do the things you do? Why are you doing them? What, remember this. Remember that you were a healthy person, how you did the things, and you need to relearn it. Get rid of this whole weirdo memories that you have. I mean, you will have to reprocess the memories, anything that happened to you, but you need to know the pathological side is on the narcissists, and they planted so many weird memories of you, which will make you doubt the things that are healthy. So it's a lot of figuring out that you will have to do, but you can do it. I can do it. We can do it. I'm standing in the forest saying, I can do it, you can do it, we can do it. Alright, it's over now. Go to work, bro. And sister, go to work.